people, what is going down? It's DJ Ash Noble here, about to drop the camera because that's what he does best. He drops cameras and he messes everything up and he can't get anything right. I'm only joking. Although today has felt like one of them days where I just haven't been able to get a few right. I was working on a production track earlier and I just couldn't get it to go right. And then I was doing things on the computer and it's just like I couldn't get the computer to correspond properly. And yeah, I was getting a little bit angry to say the least. Welcome back to another stream. Today, I want to talk to you guys about me. Am I going back to my roots? Now, this stream could be a little, it can be a little bit maybe confusing for some people because some people might think, oh, he's going back to his roots. He must be going back to MCing then. No, that's not correct. And then also, people might think, oh, he's going back to his roots. He's going back to DJ and hardcore music all the time. And no, I'm not. So you're probably thinking, well, hang on a minute, Noble. What is your roots? What roots are you going back to? Because I've known you to play hardcore. I've known you started out MCing. What roots could you be going back to? Well, the short answer is house music. House music, yes. Classic house, funky house, 90s house music remixed. Yeah, that is correct. So, for those of you who may or may not know, before I started MCing, I was a DJ. I attempted DJing. Yes, I used to DJ before MCing. I wasn't just born into an MC that everybody knows me for. I used to DJ. I didn't DJ for very long because I was bullied out of it. However, when I did get into DJing, I wanted to mix house music. And why did I want to mix house music? Why did I not want to play banging hardcore? And why did I not want to mix bounce music and clubland and trance? Why was it house? Well, when I was growing up, I was a big fan of house music, and I still am. House music today for me is still not one of, it is my all-time favorite genre of music. It's not something that I play all the time. It's not something that I push and promote on the channel all the time. I'm always playing either hardcore or bounce or doing something a little bit more fast and ravey. But house music was where I kind of came from. It was what I was sort of brought up to listen to. So below me is around about 1,000 vinyl records that I have shown off in various streams, and there to the right, to the left of me here, there is a CD rack, and in that CD rack contains probably round about, I don't know, there's got to be a few hundred CDs altogether. There's some on a little unit up there as well, that you can't see on the camera. And a lot of them CDs, they're house music. They've got classic dance tunes on them. There is some trance and stuff in there as well. I was a big fan of that growing up. But classic house, piano house, Ministry of Sound, Head Candy, Floor Fillers, all of them classics, they were what I kind of like got into. When I was growing up, my parents, they were massive party animals, and they went to a nightclub that a lot of you have never even heard of if you're quite young, and it was called Tall Trees. It was a massive place in Yarm in the northeast, and it was like a big hotel. There was a massive hotel there, and they did like special parties and weddings there as well. It was a big thing, like you could have your wedding there, and there was a real posh hotel with a swimming pool, and then there was a big nightclub called Tall Trees Club M, and it was massive, and there was a brand there called Retro, and it was one of the, well, still is today, one of the biggest house brands that go, one of the biggest house brands that still go strong today. And a lot of people kind of People are always sharing like these memes online, and or they're sharing these memories, like remember the old days of Wigan Pier and things like that. And Wigan Pier's gone. The Wigan Pier nightclub shut down. I think they still run nights under Wigan Pier. I'm not fully sure, but the retro brand itself, that started in the late 80s, in a place called Angels in Burnley. That was where the brand retro sort of was born, and the brand still goes strong today. And the brand tours the country practically every single weekend. You will see that retro brand in some form of nightclub. They have stages at festivals. They go over to Ibiza, and Paul Taylor himself, he's in his mid to late 60s, I believe, and he still goes strong, and he still DJs most weekends, and he still enjoys it just like he did 20 years ago. It's amazing to see. So my parents were they were big fans of his, and they went to a lot of nights, his retro nights at Tall Trees, and some of the other ones that went at Tall Trees, and um, he brought it to Hull once years ago, and then he brought it to Hull not too long back, and I went to it. But yeah, so growing up for me, they went to these raves. They'd bring back like mixed CDs. So whether I'm going in the car, whether we're going shopping, or I'm getting a lift to school, or we're going on a day out, that was it. It would be these like house CDs and these club CDs and clubbing tunes. The clubbing tunes back then. They would be on in the car, and I was just completely mesmerised and influenced by these tunes. Dana Dawson, Free His Family, Brad Carter, Morning Always Comes Too Soon. Absolute timeless classics. Pulse, The Lover That You Are, Alex Party, Don't Give Me Your Life. You know, absolutely amazing stuff. And then as I got sort of like a little bit older and we're going through the noughties, there was sort of like the Booty Love, there was Shakedown at Night, there was just all the Bob Sinclairs with Love Generation and World Hold On, and Rock This Party and Sound of Freedom. And then you had things like Freaks the Creeps, and you had Peter Gelderblom with his remix of Waiting For, that takes a sample from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I was a massive fan of house music, really, really was a fan. And then when I first wanted to get into DJing, I wanted to play what my parents were going out raving to. I wanted to spin them retro tunes and them house tunes and some of the new EDM stuff that was coming in at the time. The Martin Garrix was coming in at this point. It was sort of 2014, so Animals was just doing the rounds, and Spinning Records was putting out all these big EDM songs where they got the big festival drops, and I was just properly mesmerised there by getting into it. And alongside that, I did kind of get into like the bounce and the hardcore, and I loved me Hardcore Till I Die CDs, and loved the Clubland Extreme Hardcores and the Clubland and the Bounce and the Alex K Ultimate Energies, and loved my Tidy Boys and the Hard House as well. My parents were big fans of that, but it was always the house music that was always like I can go and mix any genre. I could go and play a drum and bass set. I could do loads of drum and bass sets. But something, or somewhere along the lines, something will always draw me back to jumping on the decks and having a house mix or putting a house music CD on. And the reason why I'm doing this stream is because tonight I did a stream on YouTube, and I've deleted it now because it went wrong. But I was playing house music, and then the stream kind of messed up, and I thought I don't want to stop playing house music, so I put a stick in and I pressed record, and I started to record a house mix, and something magical just happened, and I don't really know how to describe it, but it was beautiful. I was recording a house mix, I was in the zone. Every mix was just absolutely just amazing. I just enjoyed it. I was singing along, and the vibe just felt really good. And then I went and messed it up by pressing the wrong cue button, and I thought, oh, I really enjoyed that. So I put it back, so I put my USB stick into my computer to listen to what I'd recorded, to find that when I'd pressed the wrong cue button, it was more or less practically dead on 30 minutes. And what I had done by just pressing the cue button meant that I could take it into somewhere like Audacity, and I could just apply a fade out. So instead of it just stopping, it gradually fades out. And what it's done is it has allowed me to have a really good 30-minute sort of house mix where it's loads of remixes of classics. Now, why did I title this I'm Going Back to My Roots? Well, the thing is I want to start mixing house music a little bit more. I want to delve into doing some more house music, and I want to take some bookings for house music because I really enjoyed it tonight. And I sang the old classics. There were remixes of them, but I sang the words, and it felt just really good when the pianos came in, and it was just, it was just absolutely fantastic, and I really enjoyed it. So I just thought, I want to start doing some more bits and bobs on the house music front, and just see what I can do, and just have a, like have a really good time, and really enjoy myself, because that is exactly what it's all about. It's all about enjoying yourself. And don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean I'm gonna not do donk mixes anymore. I love my donk, I love my bounce. It doesn't mean I'm not going to spin hardcore anymore. It just means that I want to do some house music as well, because house music is absolutely amazing and it feels so good. And I've really been vibing it lately. The weather's been a little bit nicer, apart from the past couple of days. It's obviously started to rain again. But on Monday it was, the sun was out. It felt like, you could have been in shorts, and I just wanted to go in a garden with a barbecue and just really spin some house tunes, and just do some absolutely fantastic bits and bobs, and just do some absolutely amazing things. So yeah, so house music is back for me. I'm definitely going to do some bits with it. Going to record some mixes, maybe even do some production as well. I'd love to try and delve into doing a little bit of house production, and just seeing exactly where it could take me. What I could do, making some really good house tunes, and just doing some really sort of feel good stuff, and just sort of see where we go, really. See where we go, and take it from there. The world is my oyster. So yeah, I thought I'd throw up a little stream just because I really enjoyed that house mix. And has anybody got any thoughts? Does anybody know any house tunes? Put them below. I'm always on the browse. When I say new stuff, I like it. I'm all ears for new stuff, but it's got to kind of have a classic feel to it. I'm not into a lot of just tech house. I don't mind some of it, but I like more funky house and deep house and piano house. I like big pianos and uplifting vocals, and not necessarily tech house is kind of to me, it reminds me of slowed down techno. Not really my thing. Techno is not really my thing either. I don't mind it. I don't mind some of the harder techno, but I've never been a big fan of something that just really goes like do dum 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 dum. I like breakdowns. I like changes. I like cheese. I like catchy melodies. That's kind of what I've always been about when it comes to music. So that's kind of where I've kind of taken things. So so yeah, there we go. Am I going back to my roots? I most definitely am, but that doesn't mean that I am giving up on the other things. So like, comment, share. We'll see you soon.